So as you guys know, I missed a lot of stuff in January. I haven't done many movie reviews for the year, and so I just need to catch up on it. I saw 5 new movies in January, and I'm just going to rank them from worst to best based on my opinions. So here we go. In last place for me, the movie that I enjoyed the least is going to be Rental Family. Brendan Fraser is the biggest appeal of it. He leads a great cast. He's just effortlessly likable. And the Japanese setting is beautiful, and it tackles some really interesting ideas that do make you think. The only thing is, it can't decide what plot it wants to follow. The main plot is the fake dad storyline, but then it also has this other plotline it gives a lot of time to that really wasn't in the marketing, and it just can't decide which one it wants to prioritise. The stakes feel a bit forced towards the end, and the ideas that they try and tackle just aren't developed very well, so very much a mixed bag with this one. At number 4, I'm going to put Mercy. Going into it, I was like, this is going to be really generic, this is going to be really boring, and for the first, third of the movie, that was the case, but then it hit its stride at a certain point and just hit the ground running and went. I think it lasted a bit too long towards the end. It was just more watchable than I really thought it would be. Chris Pratt does a decent job. The action isn't that interesting. The story is kind of generic at the same time, but it tackles it in an interesting way. Would I think it holds up? Probably not, but it wasn't a train wreck. At number 3, we have 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. I didn't like this one as much as the previous one. It felt a bit more like filler for this trilogy that they're hoping to make. Feels like there was a lot left on the cutting room floor. Some really weird choices, like Ray Fiennes dancing with one of the infected with, let me say, everything on display. But these were entertaining choices, so I'm not mad at it. It was an interesting spin on the world, humans more as monsters than the infected. There are just some choices I couldn't get on board with, but overall, a decent movie that I'm interested to see where they go with the third movie. At number 2, we have Marty Supreme, and going into this movie I was expecting a classic underdog sports movie, a movie genre that I really enjoy, but I feel like they advertised it really weird because we don't get that, but instead we see Timothée Chalamet play yet another really unlikable narcissist. In the end, he does win against all the odds, and it is satisfying, but the thing is, Marty Mauser has no redeeming qualities in this movie. He's just unlikable. This feels like the movie of his career. This is the movie that's going to get him an Oscar, if he's ever going to get one, it feels like. I think the score really ties it all together. It's really well shot and assembled, very well directed. At the end of the day, I've sat on this movie for quite a while, and it is getting better in my mind. I just wish that Mauser was a bit more likable so we could root for him a bit more. But coming in at number 1 is Song Sung Blue, the movie that I definitely enjoyed the most this month. It stars Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson, who have amazing chemistry all throughout. This movie will have you tapping your foot in the cinema, even if you only know one Neil Diamond song going in. 3 guesses which one. But it just ripples with showmanship. There are a couple of problems in the second act with the pacing and a bit of tonal whiplash, but that's my only issue, really. You're really invested in the characters, the emotional moments. Overall, just a really satisfying, musically magic movie that will make you add Forever in Blue Jeans to your Spotify playlists. So there we have it, the 5 movies I saw in January in the cinema, ranked from worst to best. Let me know if you enjoyed this kind of video. I might do it every month now, just to catch up on all the films that I don't do specific reviews for. But let me know if I'm right or wrong in the comments below.